If that does not bring on the goose pimples, then what will? The song you just heard is from the 1971 film Reshma or Shera. It was written by Balkavi Bairagi and the music was composed by Jaidev. It goes without saying that Lata Mangeshkar was simply divine in the song, but then, as I often say, someone's got to compose the music for the song for Lata to sing. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Sridhar's Geetmala. When one talks about Jaidev, one immediately starts to wonder about the unfathomable ways the world of Hindi cinema works. At times it can be so heartless and cruel. For how is it that a person who created Tu Chanda Main Chandni and many more such melodies during his career, how come that he always had to settle for low budget films or the art house type of films? How is it that he was never a composer of choice for any big banner? How is it that his repertoire, his ability to compose music was exploited so less? Navketan took S.D. Burman under their wing. R.K. Films had Shankar Jaikishan composing for them. But there was no banner, no big production house which backed Jaidev. All his life, he had to work under the shadow of S.D. Burman. At least most of his life, he had to work under the shadow of S.D. Burman as his assistant with the odd low budget film coming once in a while. Jaidev Verma was born in 1918 in Nairobi and brought up in Ludhiana. He was initiated into music quite early by his Guruji, Professor Barkat Rai. As a kid, he was fascinated with films, having watched Bioscope in Ludhiana. He was bitten by the acting bug, and at the age of 15, he ran away to Bombay to become a star. But the dream didn't last long. He didn't have money. There were too many competitors in Bombay for too few roles. So he was discouraged and finally had to go back. But again, he couldn't stay in Ludhiana for long because the acting bug again caught up with him, and again he came to Bombay. This time, was determined to act in any role which came his way. He actually acted in 8 films for the Wadia Film Company as Master Jaidev. In the 1934 film Vaman Avatar, he played the role of Narad. He also did bit roles in films like Hunterwali, Kalagula, Frontier Mail, etc. But he had a persistent asthmatic condition due to which he could not sing very well, and singing was a necessity in those days as playback singing had not yet come in. Not being able to make any further progress, he again was disappointed and left Bombay back to Ludhiana. In 1943, he forced himself on the Sarod maestro Ali Akbar Khan at Lucknow and became his disciple. He learned Sarod, he started playing with him, but his asthma continued to dog him, and with lack of resources, he got so discouraged that finally he quit the music scene completely and in fact turned to religion. But as luck would have it, he met Ali Akbar Khan again in his brother's wedding, and at his behest joined him on his various concerts. They used to play together. During this period, Ali Akbar Khan was retained by Navketan Films to compose music for their upcoming film Andhiya, and Ali Akbar decided to keep Jaidev as his assistant. Andhiya didn't do well, but in spite of that, one more film of Navketan, Humsafar, was given to him, and again Jaidev assisted him. Humsafar also sank, post which Ali Akbar decided that composing music was not for him. And now Ketan switched over to Sachin Dev Burman as their stock music composer. And S.D. Burman decided to keep Jaidev as his assistant primarily because Jaidev could speak Urdu and Hindi very well, a department in which S.D. Burman was not very strong. Jaidev was S.D. Burman's assistant throughout, right through films like Taxi Driver, House Number 44, Devdas, Fantush, Kala Pani, Lajwanti, Sujata, Insan Jagita. There were many non-Navketan films also for which Jaidev assisted Sachin Dev Burman. In fact, it is said that the famous Kala Pani Ghazal by Rafi, Hum Bekhudi Mein Tumko Pukare Chale Gaye, was actually composed by Jaidev, but Sachin Dev Burman got the credit for it. Jaidev also did get his own break with films like Joru Ka Bhai in 1955, Samundari Daku in 1956, and Anjali in 1957. All the three had very good songs, but the films flopped.
प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्याए फल पाए सुख लाए तेरो नाम प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्याए फल पाए सुख लाए तेरो नाम तेरी दया हो जाए तो दाता तेरी दया जाए तो दाता जीवन धन मिल जाए मिल जाए मिल जाए सुख लाए तेरो नाम जो ध्याए फल पाए सुख लाए तेरो नाम सारे जग की
It is one of the unending mysteries that ever existed that after this performance, after this superlative effort of Hum Dono, now Ketan ditched him and went back to Dada Burman, and Jaidev went back to assisting Dada Burman in Guide. But he did get two other movies, Mujhe Jeene Do and Chetan Anand's Kinare Kinare. And both movies have fantastic songs. But again, the films didn't do well. So in spite of great music, Jaidev's career started slipping, partially because the films for which he composed music were basically flops. They didn't do well. He was a committed bachelor, used to live alone and used to live in Churchgate in a single room. He led a very simple life as opposed to the complex Vakrachalan tunes that he created with so many ups and downs, like what you heard in Tu Chanda Main Chandni, And also one more song, typical Jaidev style, तुम्हें देखती हूँ from तुम्हारे लिए. His music continued to scintillate in films like Gaman, Gharonda, Alap, Ankahi, etc. Songs like Suresh Watkar's सीने में जलन, आंखों में तूफान सा क्यों है, आपकी याद आती रही रात भर by Chaya Ganguly from Gaman, and the songs by Pandit Bhimsen Joshi in Ankahi are way high on the melody quotient. In Alap, apart from the romantic melody, Chand Akela, his composition of Harvansh Rai Bachchan's Koi Gata Main So Jata just enhances the beauty of the poetry manifold.
आँखों में भर कर प्यार अमल, आशीष हथेली में भर कर, कोई मेरा सर गोदी में रख, फैलाता मैं सो जाता, कोई गाता मैं सो जाता, कोई गाता.
Jaidev was the first music director to get 3 national awards for Ishmael Shehar, Gaman and Ankahi. It is surprising that Hum Dono was not even nominated for the award. But I have long given up trying to make any sense of the nomination and award criteria in the films and music. Consider this. Guide, after getting nominated for Best Music, lost out to Shankar Jaikishan's Suraj. Need I say more? Jaidev passed away in January 1987, a lonely man. His unrealized dream of making it big in the film industry resonated in his classic song from Gharonda, एक अकेला इस शहर में, रात में या दोपहर में, आवादाना ढूंढता है, आशियाना ढूंढता है. Please listen to me singing this classic with headphones. Thank you.
एक अकेला इस शहर में, रात में और दोपहर में, आबोदाना ढूंढता है, आशियाना ढूंढता है. एक अकेला इस शहर में, रात में और दोपहर में, आबोदाना ढूंढता है, आशियाना ढूंढता है. एक अकेला इस शहर में. दिन खाली खाली बर्तन है, दिन खाली खाली बर्तन है, और रात है जैसे अंधा कुआं. इन सूनी अंधेरी आंखों में आंसू की जगह आता है धुआं. जीने की वजह तो कोई नहीं, मरने का बहाना ढूंढता है, ढूंढता है, ढूंढता है. एक अकेला इस शहर में, रात में और दोपहर पे पहुंचते देखा नहीं, बस दौड़ती फिरती रहती है। हमने तो ठहरते देखा नहीं, इस अजनबी से शहर में